Shabbat Shalom from Temple Concord. Right now I'm sitting in my study with the Torah out, and I'm wearing my black robe. I'm doing this because our Torah portion talks about an issue today that connects with the robe. Our Torah portion this week is Shoftim, and the opening words are Shoftim v'shotrim. Judges and guards you shall have. And a few verses later we get the famous quote, Tzedek tzedek tirdof, justice, justice shall you pursue. In our country, the judges that we encounter wear these dark robes. And it used to be that clergy wore them fairly regularly. In Jewish tradition, we adopted them because we wanted to be more like our Christian neighbors. And as times have changed, we've gotten rid of the robes, which is why you don't see me often wearing the black robe. But what is it that the black robe signifies? Is it the shoftim part, the judges part, or the shotrim, the guards part? It's an interesting idea. On the one hand, a shoftim is a judge who adjudicates, who decides between right and wrong. On the other hand, shotrim, is a guard, is one who protects. Now one could argue that a judge also protects, because a judge, after all, is protecting the legal system, protecting the rights of all of us. On the other hand, you could argue that a guard is also doing the work of justice, because a guard is making sure that a punishment is given out and is treated fairly, and that a person is finding justice. So there's an interesting blurring of two lines there that comes together. When I wear a robe, I do it not out of a sense of being a judge, but out of a sense of the dignity of whatever it is I'm doing. And in our tradition, rabbis used to actually be judges. It's one of the reasons I actually have a hard time wearing a robe, because I don't see my role as a rabbi as being a judge at all. On the contrary, I see my role as being a teacher, being a guide, and one who can help others on their journey of exploration. But in our earlier tradition, rabbis were considered judges, and they adjudicated, they made decisions all the time. So our Torah this week brings us back to this question of judging, and what do we expect from our judges, and what do we expect from each other, and ultimately what do we expect from our religious leaders. I believe that it is the pursuit of justice that unites us all. Whether one is doing the act of judging or appearing before a judge is secondary. The question is, are we pursuing justice? And to do that, it means that we have to turn to our friends and our neighbors and recognize that they have rights, that they have responsibilities, and that all of us are connected to each other. In this light, the notion of shotrim and shoftim is a role and a responsibility that we all carry. We all have to be shoftim, we all have to be shotrim, because all of us are engaged in the pursuit of tzedek, of justice and righteousness. I hope you'll join us for Shabbat services this week. We'll be meeting at 6 o'clock at the JCC poolside. The weather looks like it's going to be gorgeous. We'll have Shabbat dinner and services, and the pool will be open, so we'll be able to go swimming, so bring a bathing suit. Saturday morning services are at 11, preceded by Torah study at 10. And next Friday evening, we'll have a special welcome back Shabbat service for our SU neighbors that will also begin at 6 p.m. and will also include a barbecue. For now, though, I wish you a week and a weekend of the pursuit of justice in your own world, in your own family, and in our greater world that we share. Shabbat Shalom. Look forward to seeing you at the temple.